Hello, first graders. We have two goals for today. After watching this video, we will be able to identify the hour hand on a clock, and we will be able to use the hour hand to tell time to the hour. So, there are two types of clocks, an analog clock and a digital clock. A digital clock you can find in your home, on the microwave, or an alarm clock. Where might you see a digital clock? Turn and tell someone near you. An analog clock is a clock with a face. That's the type of clock we are going to talk about today. This clock has 3 hands, an hour hand, a minute hand, and a second hand. Today, we are only going to focus on the hour hand. Yesterday, you saw how the number path can be found on an analog clock. There are 12 numbers on our clock face. What do the numbers on the clock face represent? Share your answer with someone near you. If you said the numbers represent the hours, good job. Now, if you saw a clock that looked just like this, how would you know which number to look at to tell what hour of the day it is? Let's think about that. If you said, look at the number that the smallest hour hand is pointing to, you are correct. Way to go, firsties. Kiss your brain. Take a look at this clock. The red arrow is pointing to a hand. What is the name of this hand? Turn and tell someone near you. If you said this is the hour hand, you are correct. Nice job. So, if you saw an analog clock with an hour hand pointing to this number, what time would it be? How do you know? Turn and tell someone near you. Okay, boys and girls, it's time to pull to reveal. The actual time shows that it is 4 o'clock. Okay, so I have something that I want you to think about. What do you think of when you hear clock face? Turn and tell someone at home. If you said the part of the clock that has numbers and moving hands, you are correct. Yay! Perfect! What do you think of when you hear hour hand? Turn and tell someone at home. If you said the shortest hand or the hand on the clock that tells the hour, you are correct. Woohoo! Okay, boys and girls, are you ready for an at-home challenge? You now have the opportunity to make your own clock. You can do this 2 ways. The first way, you will need a paper plate. If you do not have a paper plate, that's okay. I want you to go get a bowl from your kitchen cabinet. I want you to turn it upside down and trace the circle on a piece of paper. Okay, so we're going to follow our steps that are listed on our slide. So step number 1, I want you to use a pencil, crayon, or marker and write the hours along the edge of your paper plate or circle. Be sure to keep in mind what you learned yesterday and follow the number path around the clock. Next step. Today we will only be making the hour hand. We want to practice only with the hour to be sure we get it just right. Next step, use a different color paper. And I want you to cut out a thin and short rectangle to make an hour hand. So it looks something like this. And then for the next step, you're going to use the clock that you make to tell time on these next 4 slides with us. So hopefully you have your newly made clock, and we are going to make our hour hand point directly to the 5. What time is it? And how do you know? I want you to turn and tell someone at home. If you said 5 o'clock, ding, 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 you are correct. Again, using your newly made analog clock, I want you to make your hour hand point directly at the 6. What time is the analog clock showing now? And how do you know? Turn and talk to someone near you. If you said 6 o'clock, clap 3 times. You are correct. Again, using your newly made analog clock, I want you to make your hour hand point directly to the 10. I want you to turn and tell someone at home what the clock is showing now. How do you know? If you said 10 o'clock, you are correct. Do a little happy dance. Okay, boys and girls, one more time, using our newly made analog clock, I want you to show me 12 o'clock by pointing the hour hand at the 12. Let's think. What time would it be 1 hour after 12? Turn and tell someone near you. If you said 1 o'clock, you are correct. Give yourself a silent applause. So when time passes through our day, the hour hand moves. After 12, it moves to 1 o'clock to show that 1 hour has gone by. Now it's your turn to explore on your newly made analog clock how the hours pass by moving the hour hand around your clock. Now, here is your math activity for today. Be sure to use Seesaw or Dojo to turn it into your teacher. Have fun learning today, boys and girls.